This one is dedicated to vegans, vegetarians. I'm going to do the coconut chutney with 7 ingredients. I'm doing the red pumpkin bhaji with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's including the salt. For the pumpkin bhaji, I'm going to use about 3 tablespoons of oil and about 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds and a couple of red chili and a couple of green chili split, some curry leaves. You can use the fresh curry leaves as well. And then I'm going to add the chana dal. It's optional. I like the bit of crunch in the pumpkin, so I add it. If you don't bother, you can still taste nice. And I've got some onions, 1 large onion cut in like finely sliced, doesn't have to be chopped. And so I've got some turmeric, about half a teaspoon. And I'm going to add salt to that. And I've got pumpkin. Because this was a bigger pumpkin, I had to cut the skin out. So if it's a smaller pumpkin which is ripened properly, you can leave the skin on as well. And got some freshly chopped coriander. So I always make sure I have coriander at home. Even when my wife is at home or not, I make sure the coriander is with me at home. So then it's very important to get a pan where you have a lid on, because it's very important when you're going to cook slowly. You want to make sure the pumpkin releases its own water, so you need to definitely have a lid on. And now I'm adding about, since it's vegan, so I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm using sunflower oil. If you're not vegan, I recommend use ghee. So add the mustard seeds. Red chilies, curry leaves, and the green chilies. Now the mustard seed popping, so I'm going to add some chana dal. Now mix it well. Once the chana dal goes light, go and add the onions. You don't want chana dal to burn, or you don't want them to be half cooked. So turn the heat down. We don't want to burn the onion, we just want the onion to go succulent. Add some salt and the turmeric. And now add the pumpkin. I'm going to add some more salt. So adding salt to the pumpkin on the top, it helps to release the water quickly. So at this point in time, I'm going to add some water. Just about half a cup of water. So to start with, so it stops pumpkin from burning. And now add the coriander. I'm just going to leave the coconut to right at the end. So there you go. Now turn the heat up until it starts boiling, then turn the heat down. I'm going to cover it with the lid. Now we can eat. That's what we want. We want to make sure the pumpkin does not burn. So I'm just going to give a mix and keep doing that in every regular intervals. So if I did not add any water to start with, the pumpkin would start burning. So now all the chana dal will also get nice and soft. The quantity will reduce, so you will see that in a few minutes. Keep stirring it. Open it, just check it. Yeah, the pumpkin has released a lot of water. So in this now, the pumpkin will cook completely. You can have a look, just check it. Yes, it's partly cooked. So now you can just check for the seasoning, just make sure the salt is right. And at this point of time, I do like to add the coconut. so which will add a great flavor to this dish. It's very important. So in this dish is the mustard seeds, the onions, and the turmeric, and the coconut. That's what really makes this dish, to the pumpkin. So now I'm gonna wait till it's completely cooked. Put the lid back on again. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. So it's time to check the pumpkin is cooked, and yeah, nothing's burnt at the bottom, which is very important. And you can see the pumpkin, the quantity is reduced so much because it releases the water, and the same water the pumpkin gets cooked. So if you leave the skin on, you might need to cook a little bit longer. It holds the texture better. If you remove the skin off, it cooks too much. It will become like a halwa, which is like an Indian sweet. So just check the pumpkin is cooked, and then taste for the seasoning, and then we're good to go. So here is for coconut chutney, my version. It's simple. I've got about 1.5 teaspoon of grated ginger. I literally grated. These chilies are just slightly poked and sauteed in oil, just slightly fried. And I've got some 1/2 teaspoon of crushed peppercorn, salt, and tiny bit of tamarind paste. Got about half a coconut grated, and coriander. I know a lot of the times people always ask use the coriander stalks as well, but since it's like a raw meal, where if you're cooking like a green masala, I recommend you to use the coriander stems as well. I wouldn't like to add too much of coriander stems because it will be too strong, because it's all going to be eaten raw. So I'm going to blend it all together and add water only if necessary. Half a cup of water, I'm going to blend it again. If you have a look, I've not grind it like really fine. I kept it slightly grainy. That's what makes it really nice, the coconut chutney. You got a bit of texture. Yeah, it's done now, so I'm just going to leave it on the side. So I've got the chutney ready and the pumpkin bhaji ready. It's time to make the bread. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to Curry King Vinny or the Relish Spice Mix on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Same again, Relish Spice Mix, Curry King Vinny, and visit www.currykingvinny.co.uk for bespoke recipes.